Election week! Exciting! So, this year we have our 2020 election. So, if you've been listening to the news, maybe your parents have talked about it, maybe you've just heard it announced somewhere on the radio or you've seen ads for it on TV. But this year is our 2020 presidential election. So, November 3rd, which is tomorrow, all across America, people will be voting for who our next president will be. So either President Donald Trump will stay on for a second term, or President Joe Biden will begin as our next president. So our election has a lot of really cool things to it. So as Americans, we have the right for voting and to elect who's going to represent our country, which is just a really cool thing. So we're going to learn more about the election, but we're going to put a little bit of a twist on it. So buckle up, 5th graders, and get ready for the election 2020. How does the election work, Mrs. H? You know what? That's a great question. So an election is when leaders are chosen for public office or jobs by voters. So, like example, we are choosing who the president of the United States of America is going to be, and we choose that by voting. It's called a democracy. We all come together to choose who we want by voting for it. Elections can be held for people who have local, state, and federal jobs. So, for example, we will vote for who our local mayor is for Williamston. People can vote for who our state governor is. Governor Gretchen Whitmer was voted in by the people, and we get to vote in who our president is. So it's pretty cool that we have this opportunity to vote who is going to help represent us as the United States, as Michigan, and as a local community. So it's a really great and it's a really unique facet of the United States, because a lot of countries don't elect their leaders. They're chosen either through like an oligarchy or parliament, or for example in England, the Queen is just passed down by the royal bloodline, and that's how they choose their who's going to run their country. So, whoops. There's a little video right here that you can watch. It talks more about how the election works, and it's from Rita and Moby, or Ted and Moby. So, again, like I said, some examples are mayor, governor, and president. But maybe you're wondering, where do people vote, Mrs. H? Do we just vote from our phone? Do we just think it and it appears on the ballot? No. There's a couple different ways. But when it's time to vote, for example, for the presidential election, there are sites called polling places. They are usually public buildings such as schools or libraries or township halls, where people who live in that community or live within that district can go to vote. So, for example, Mrs. H lives in Stockbridge. So, within my county, I live in White Oak Township. So, because I live in that township and that's where my house is and that address, I will go to White Oak Township Hall to vote. That's where my voting place is. But your parents, or maybe your grandparents or whoever, if they live in Williamston, they might go to the town hall in Williamston to vote, or wherever their polling place is. There's polling places all over the United States, and this per district, per state. That way people have, there's enough polling places per county, and there's enough people that can help facilitate for voting to go smoothly. So the election and voting is just this really cool process that has really developed over the past couple hundred years since our Constitution came to be. All right, so now this is the exciting part, boys and girls. All right, we are going to vote. We're not going to vote on the actual presidents just because let's have more fun with it. Why not? We're voting who the 5th grade class mascot will be. Woohoo! So I don't know if you knew this or not, but a lot of the zoos around the United States have live webcams of animals. It is so cool. So I thought that we should choose one of these live animal webcams to be our class mascot, because what 5th grade class doesn't need an animal mascot? So these are our animal mascot candidates. All right, so we have Mr. Pete Brown, the polar bear, and we have Miss Abigail Allen, the ape. So on your own, you'll have access to these slides. You can click on the polar bear cam, this little underline thing at the bottom. click on either one of those links and it will take you right to the page where you can see the live camera footage of each of these animals. It's super cool, so check it out, okay? So check this out and you can watch the animals and it's so cool. Who doesn't like animals? So check that out.